I think she came from Baldwin County, and she played down there. I'm not sure how many years she played down there. I think she played all 3 years there. But she does play basketball as well, so just wanted to recognize her as a senior too. Shatradius Slayton. Trey, when Trey started, Shatradius started playing volleyball. You played JV, 2 years JV and 1 year varsity. And when she started playing JV, we've got some really hard names to remember when you're having tryouts. And Shatradius just wouldn't come to me. So we asked if we could call her Trey. So that kind of stuck with her, and it probably will always stick with her on volleyball. But Trey she's a senior, and her first year varsity this year, she contributed a lot to us, especially on the front line. And it really was exciting as a coach to see Trey block a hit, because you could see that excitement in her eyes on the floor. And it really makes you smile as a coach. And there's not a lot of times in a game, because it's so tense, that you really remember to smile. But when you see her hit or block a hit, it really makes you smile. So Trey came a long way this year, and she knew that she had to work hard in order to make the varsity team, because as a senior it's really difficult to make the varsity team if you haven't had a lot of playing experience. And because we had a lot of players last year on JV, and that time is split a lot, they don't always get as much playing time as what they could. But she did. She worked hard, and she earned that spot. She did a great job this year. So Shatradius Slayton. Kiara Rowder. Okay. I know. I called her Rowder for years, and she corrected me for the first time 4 weeks ago. Rowder. Kiara is a senior, and she played JV just last year. You played soccer. Okay. She played soccer for me as well. She was a manager year before last, and she played JV last year, and she's a first year varsity player this year. And did I say that you were a senior already? She didn't get a lot of playing time, but she played really, really hard, and it didn't matter if she was in a game or practice. She had that same effort level in practice as she did in a game, and it was kind of a inspiration to me as a coach, and kind of a goal setter to know what to expect from the other players. She rumbled and tumbled a lot, and when I say rumbled and tumbled, I mean she really did. She rolled right over her shoulders, her head went under, everything came, but she came back up. So she had a good place in our hearts this year, even though she didn't get a lot of time on the floor. That 100% was there, and we appreciate the contribution that you've made this year. Ashley Warren? Not yet. Ashley Warren also came up to us from the JV team. I think she played 2 years on the JV, and she's a junior this year. She's a first-year varsity player. We've been looking for a libero for years. Libero is a player who plays the back line only. She wears a different color uniform. It's an opposite color uniform than any other player, and as a libero, you aren't allowed to play the front line. But we've been looking for a libero, and the requirement for libero is they have to be a good passer. And Ashley was an excellent passer, and she played that position for us very well this year. And she again, is a first-year player, so she also letters. Tiffany Lowe.
Yay!
Tiffany is earning a bar. She already has her letter. Tiffany came to us as a freshman, and she made the team, the varsity team, as a freshman. She's played all 4 years as a starter. I really have enjoyed coaching Tiffany all 4 years that she's played, and I hope that she goes on to continue her volleyball career at a different level, at least pursue that opportunity to do that. She was our team captain and did what she needed to do on the floor in practice and the games, and she was a role model and a leader to the rest of the team as well as the JV. So Tiffany Love, senior, 4 years starter for varsity. Sydney Johnson's not here tonight. She's out sick. She's a 3-year varsity starter. She started as an 8th grader, actually. And 8th graders aren't allowed to play varsity, so she played JV as an 8th grader. And it was the first and only 8th grader we've had to play the JV level. And we would be happy to have 8th graders. They just don't have the experience that they need at that level to feel confident to come out and try out for a high school team. But she made the varsity as a freshman, and she's played all 3 years. Kiana Mullins. Kiana is also a senior, and she is also receiving a bar. Diamond Humphrey. Hello, Diamond. These bars are just what they are. They're a bar. They don't say volleyball. They don't say anything. They're just a bar. So I never really understood that, but there's some reason for it in sports. Diamond played this 3rd year as a varsity player. The first year, she had very limited playing time. We asked her to be patient. Do it again, Alex. We asked her to be patient because she had never played volleyball before, and she made varsity as a first-year player. And we saw that potential in her, and it was very, very raw. So what we needed to do was just to teach her the basics because she hadn't learned them, and ask her to be patient in order to give it some time to earn that playing time and be confident with what she was doing. Last year, she got more playing time. It's still not as much as what she would have liked to have had, but she never complained about playing time. And she earned the most improved player award last year. And this year she's earned another award, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But she's a senior, and she's another one that kind of makes it exciting when she gets a block. But she has like extra steps in what she does, and we tried eliminating those extra steps, but it really confused her. So we just let her do the little dance with her arms. And when she would serve and when she would block and when she would spike, she had the same movement with that cross arm up and down. But it worked for her, so we let her to go ahead and do that. So she was also a joy to be able to coach and watch mature and improve as a player. And again, this is senior Diamond Humphrey.